Hazel, my sister-in-law. My boy Richard, Lena's and Henry's 1929 Chevrolet. Dora, Donna, Dick, that Chevrolet, they come home from up north one time and a valve spring broke in it. So we took her over to Henry's brother, Norman. All he could find was a spring from a mop handle. So he put that in, and the car ran all right, and it stayed in there until they got rid of the car. That's Elaine, Amy's stepsister. That's her little brother there with her, I guess. That's the backyard of the place where we rented on Sheridan Avenue. That house you see there was an undertaker lived there. There's one of Lena's dogs. I don't remember which one it is. There she comes. She was pretty hefty in them days. That's when they were living on North Charles Street. Look at Adrian behind her, hamming it up. My sister Rose. This was during the war, I guess around 1941, 42. Yours truly. I copied that from a photograph. There's Amy in her younger days. Now she's going downtown to get something. The matter of focusing here leaves a lot to be desired. Amy's brother, Billy. He's been dead since 1965. My brother's kids, that one that you see in the middle there now, that was a neighbor kid. But the taller one is Thelma. That's Fred's oldest daughter. They were living on Perkins Street, not far from 17th at that time. Thelma. Looks pretty nice, don't she? That's the neighbor kid, Muriel, I think was her name. I never was introduced that one. There's Barbara, Helen, Thelma, and the neighbor child. Yeah, she's living across the streets now. She's a grandma over and over again, I guess. Yeah, I wish I could sharpen up that focus, but it just don't seem to be possible. There's Donna. Dick in the foreground. That's when we were living on Sheridan Avenue. We moved out of there in 1942. That was the last house I ever rented. I moved a few times since then, but we always were buying. This house where we live now is free and clear. That's when I was 32 years old. Another 12 days, I'll be 81. There's Fred with his old car. Some reason or another, he had to operate that starter under the hood. That's when I had a Univex movie camera. And when the spring ran down just a little, everything got kind of jerky. There's Fred's children again on Perkins, not far from 17th. There's Jimmy that fell down there. There's Donald on the bike. There's Jimmy again. Helen. Barbara. Eunice. I don't know who that one is. Just a neighbor looking on. There's Amy, half of her head. Alec on his bike. I don't know, he's going downtown after something or other. That's Joyce. That was taken in the front room of the house on Sheridan Avenue. I copied that off on a postcard. That's a burning mill in Boyne City. Yeah, Adrian. getting ready to go away. He's got a smart dog. Don't try to follow him. Sandy Frisky, a next door neighbor of ours when we lived on 23rd Street. We lived there about 7 years, and when Pa died, we took over the place on Collingwood Street. We were there about a year, and then we went down to 12th Street. Adrian, whether he's on furlough or whether that was the end of the war, I don't remember. My sister Lena, that's her big boy. Only one she had. Oh, there's me back in the good old days. Harold and Adrian are scuffling around just for the heck of it. Right by his 12-cylinder Lincoln. We had a lot of lilacs around that place, but they don't show up too good. The focus seems to vary from film to film. There have been times when I had it pretty good, and then first thing you know, it's fuzzy again. Jeannie Bug and David, Bird's boy, Rose's Jeannie. Well, that cement block looks pretty monstrous back there. Thelma and David. My sister Rose and her baby. My wife, Amy. That was in the house on Sheridan Avenue. My two children. Jacob Crick. He used to be a neighbor of ours in Carlton. So he chummed around with Alec. I haven't seen him in 30 years, I don't think. I read his name in a paper one time where he claimed he saw UFO. He was on Michigan Avenue at the time. That's when Jeannie was just a baby. Donna. Albert Johnson, my brother-in-law, once upon a time. My sister Thelma died in 1933, and later on he married Madge Pick. She'll make 3 of him. See my father light his pipe. Now, pretty dim there. I don't know half of what's there myself. There's Betty Johnson holding Jeannie. You know them two, her daughter Ellen and Donna. There's Dick. We were living here one time, and about that time of year, I heard him give a scream, and I ran there. She, what was the matter? He said, a snake, a snake. I said, I don't think there's snakes in the wintertime. It must have been a rat. Poor clothesline. Them were happy days, and I didn't even know it at the time. Dora gets embarrassed there all of a sudden. Yeah, Amy could hold a kid in them days. Poor girl, the last few years, she couldn't lift a finger. Airplane. Alec, she's going to show us she got a nickel. Jake and Alec, they were bosom buddies at that time. Donna. Every once in a while I find myself putting the same thing on 2 or 3 times. I made one over where I had a lot of stuff doubled up, and I think that scene right there just went by a few minutes ago. Albert doing a little step dance. I'm pretty sure I had that on before. You get a monkey of them old pictures and stuff like that. And yeah, I know now. That's been on twice. You get kind of bewildered. Don't know what you done 2 minutes ago. Eddie Johnson with Teeny. Yeah, I don't know how come I doubled up like that. Dick always had to have a stick. don't remember if they broke the clothesline or not. It looked like they could have. I didn't have no bay window then. Now we're out to the Powell Hemlock Farm. Yeah, they didn't trust us. Yeah, Lena going to show you some acrobatics up in that tree. See, she tests the branch before she... There must be some bugs there she's chasing away. She'll test the branch before she trusts it. Lena, Edna, Amy, Adrian. Roy and Margie. Madeline, Dick, Pat. I guess that's Charlotte over there that Edna was carrying. There's Pat. Look at her. There's Kathy. She lives in St. Charles now. Charlotte. That poor old dog, you've been near the end of the line then. I think he was about 15 years old. Leah Goodboo, her maiden name was Hill. We were neighbors when she was about 10 years old. There's Charlotte, and that's in Attica. Charlotte, Margie, Roy, I don't know what Dick is mad about, but he's very unhappy by the looks there. My old 1930 Buick, straight 8. That big straw hat, that was Helen, Fred's girl, his second child. Everybody trying to play the guitar, but I guess Edna was the only one that could do it. My brother-in-law, Freddie. I don't know if he was on parole or if he just got back from Japan. The war might have been over then. See that tallest boy there? That's Amy's stepbrother. He went through the Korean conflict, came back home to get killed. He was here 6 months without partying with 3 other fellas coming back from Bay City on the old West Side Road. Sometime during the night they hit a tree. The motor flew out of it, and nobody saw it happen. They were found there when daylight come. There's Amy's grandmother, her brother Freddie. There comes my mother. Poor Ma, she still had both. There's Amy's stepbrother between Ellen and her ma. That's the boy that got killed. There's Claude Frisky, the guy next door. There's Amy riding a big old Indian. Now, anybody can ride in a field like that. Getting on the road is a different matter. But that's the right place to learn. Get out in the middle of a field, and when the thing runs away with you, you have a few seconds there to get yourself pulled together and get it under control. But when I tried to help her to stop, she knocked me down. Nobody took a picture of that because I had the camera. That machine weighs 600 pounds. I took it to a coal yard one time and weighed it. Billy had to have a big belt on. I didn't show him any mercy go across there. That's Jeannie. That must be about 1944, 45. Probably about 1944. It's a coon dog from next door on 23rd Street. That's the Morse kids from next door. The guy who worked at Wicks, he got a lot of that scrap patterns and crates and stuff. He used it for firewood. David and Helen. That's got to be Joyce there. That's David, I know that. And Helen, Fred's children. Thelma, Amy, Gold Howard celebrating, getting ready for New Year's, I guess, although it's only Christmas. She's just fooling. I don't think she drank any of that. leaning on Ma. I think we all gathered at Ma and Pa's place on 16th Street. There's Fordney Park. I used to take the kids out every time I had a day off. In them days, we didn't work much Saturdays, so I didn't have a car a lot of the time, so I'd go on a bus with the kids. The girl with her back to us, that's Elaine, Amy's stepsister. They run some kind of a catering service now. The only time I see her anymore is at funerals or something like that. Dora with her back to us. Dick is making believe he's turning the water on there. Coming. Yeah, I used to go out there quite a lot. I think I had a car all right when I went there that particular time. Took a kid's picture. He looked like Mickey Rooney. Elaine. Albert Johnson. We never call him Albert. He's all boob. Thelma gave him that nickname and it stuck to him. They're Larry. He must have been about 12, 13 there, I guess. Here's Joni and Betty Johnson. Funny thing about people thinking they're waving by wiggling their fingers. When you wave, what you do is you do it with your whole arm. At least that's the way I do. Yeah, they're both gone. Albert run a big steam shovel out the shale beds, shoveling up rock for the cement works. There was a Marion steam shovel. It had to run on rails, you know, like a train does. That's on Sheridan Avenue. They're back in Hemlock now, I guess. Don't tell me I'm showing that one over again. That's when Charlotte was a baby. She's got the same eyes yet. I can see, I seen her a few weeks ago, and I can see the resemblance. Betty Johnson, Margie Powell, Pat, Catherine, she lives in St. Charles. Amy and Betty. Alpena, big old stone quarry there. When I was, I don't know, 7, 8 years old, I remember going down there, and there wasn't any water in it then. They were still taking stone out of there. But this was in 1950. We took these pictures, and the number of kids got drowned in that, so they filled it up. No more swimming. They filled that up. Larry, that's before he got all busted up in Korea. I don't know if he ever went swimming after that or not. He's been dead for close to 10 years now. My Uncle Fred. I guess that's the first time he ever got in the movies. You were going to take advantage of it. He's showing Amy that fish. Looks like a pike. That's on the road to Rogers City. There's a big old sinkhole right near there. I think they're filling them up now. George Sylvester's girl is there on the left. I don't know who the other two are. They only had one child. There's George. That's Judy, his daughter. She's going to perform. Hello. Want to get on there? Want to get on there? I'm making a copy and I'm telling who these people are. There's my old Indian 74. You can see the back end of it in the garage there. We got back home from Alpena and we're back in Saginaw. There's a neighbor kid. He got to be a soldier too. I think in Korea. Here's Jeannie Bug, Rose's boy. Now keep your eye on the middle of the road there and you'll see what cats do when they get a chance. You? You'd be surprised how often you get things like that. Now, I got another place. That's Dora. I mean Donna. I'm getting dizzy here. I've been at it for over 2 hours now. These tapes take a long time to run. There's Dora. That's on Cornelia Street. That's Amy's mother and stepfather live there. There's a Paul Bunyan monument right near Alpena, right on the highway. That's my mother going up those stairs. I'll tell you one thing. If I come to them stairs, I'd stay at the bottom. I couldn't get up there at all. I got the camera. There's Ellen and Dick standing in the shadow of the big old blue ox. There's my Uncle Fred, my mother, my Uncle Joe. We're back in Alpena again. There's our daughter. That's the tooth of the beaver, I believe. I never found out what that was, but I believe it's from a beaver. You see the big old head from a great big pike. Maybe it was a muskie. That's a pretty good size. Yeah. I think we're back in Alpena, and that child, I don't know who it is. Now there's my grandparents' old farm. That's a little west of Alpena, maybe 6-7 miles. The buildings are all gone. When I was there about 1950, I could see the kind of a foundation where there had been a barn. Now we're back in Saginaw. We were living on I can't think of the name of that street. Across Weber down there by Hilliers. Across the Weber, down by the hardware. There's Maplewood and then the other one this way. You think you'd memorize them things, you'd never. Now we're back at Cherry Street, that Edna and Roy's place, and Edna's kids, my sister Lena, my nephew Adrian, and all my little nieces there, and my sister Edna. Yeah, my wife was there right there too. That was right near the end of the war. Now, I don't know if he was on furlough from the Marines or if he came home at the end of the war. He might have been just on furlough before going across. Madeline, there's Blondie, the cat. I think she's expecting. Adrian and Tony Jocelyn kind of sparring a bit. Lena lived on Williamson Street, about 3-4 blocks from the Baker Perkins plant. There's my boy Dick. I don't know who that kid is, but he lived around there somewhere. Here's Florence, Alec's wife, at the back door of our house on 23rd Street during the mid-40s. That's Bill Thomas. He's a brother to Betty Frisky that lived next door. That's their house there. I'm riding a motorcycle again, but it ain't going to be so good, I guess. I think I run out of gas and I had to push it home. All the gas. Homer Lena, she worked in a war plant. I'm trying to remember which one it was. I think it's the old crankshaft building. After a while, they made transmissions there. At that time, they were making propellers for B-29s. Them big hammers would drop, the people who were living half a mile from them were complaining. Their walls were crumbling, the vibration. It looks like a piano, but it is an organ. I bought that from Grinnell's for $20. Like a damn fool. I let something happen to it. I should have kept it. There's Blair. There's Madge Johnson. Blair was my sister Thelma's son, the oldest one, the middle one. And after she died, a year or so, Albert married Madge, the big woman you see there. And she raised the kids. And that's the girl he married. I don't know if they were married then or not, or they were just thinking about it. Yeah, he got to be a truck driver. He was driving a tanker for Dow, or some company that had contracts with Dow. And somewhere up in southern Michigan, he ran off the road, and he got killed. Right around 20 years ago. Yeah, the war was still on. I don't think he'd been there yet, but he seen action at Okinawa. That was pretty bad there. Adrian, I understand, he was at Iwo Jima. That was a terrible place. Cigarettes were hard to get. I think you had to have coupons to get cigarettes even. And that didn't bother me, except the people couldn't get cigarettes. They bought the tobacco that I rolled my own with, and I found that hard to get. Now Blair is going to dole out cigarettes one at a time. He don't let nobody get hold of that package. Yeah, I remember them days. No, I didn't like ready-made cigarettes. I used to buy them for other people. Here, Harold and Rose with Blair between them. Alec and Florence. She sits up and takes notice when she sees them cigarettes. Well, that boy right next to Ellen, he's the one that got killed after living through Korea. He come back here and got killed on the highway between here and Bay City. Another cat doing his duty. Guess something went wrong there. I don't know. I thought I had a lot more on there. Back on Sheridan Avenue, about 1941, early 42 maybe. That's here on Weber Street. Ellen had been to the hospital, and they let her come back on trial, but she had to go back. She couldn't stay. Now she doesn't know whether it's day or night. She don't know anybody. That's Denise, Johnny.